Now, before we start, let me explain to you why this is a seriously bad idea. So usually when you go racing, basically you do this thing called, practice.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Here's the
Yeah, it's not really my thing. But moving on, the reason that you're supposed to practice is so basically you don't die. And you spend this time dialing down your lines, getting yourself ready for the race, and slowly pushing towards the limit so that you are safe and ready for race day. But in this video, we're not gonna f***ing bother. So in today's video, I am gonna be attempting to do a race without a single lap of real life practice. And instead, I will be solely reliant on sim practice that I will be doing from the comfort of my own bedroom. Oh my f***ing god. Now this idea on its own is nuts enough, but there is another slight catch. I will be doing this at Thruxton Circuit, which is the fastest track in the entire country. So let's see what happens when you enter this absolute death trap straight into qualifying without ever seeing the place before. Get out of the fucking way, you stupid backdoor. Right, come on in. Let's do it. Do apologise for my slightly shocking appearance, but I have just had a hair transplant, and it's not my finest look, and I'm not allowed to wear a hat because I've just had a hair transplant. This headset's about to go on funky as well. I'm gonna have to wear it like this, like sort of like on the back of my head, so it makes me. I literally look like a fucking old man right now. So unfortunately, I'm filming this after I went and did the race because you know. Fuck you, that's why. And I know that might seem a bit backwards because it obviously is. But what I'm going to show you is essentially how I practiced for this race in real life. Just using iRacing and the sim. And then you can see how I went and did when I actually went and did the race. Spoiler alert, it was pretty good. So in around July or August, I can't remember exact dates, but it was around that sort of time in the summer, I entered a race at Thruxton Circuit, which if you know you're racing in the UK, that is the most fucking terrifying and officially the fastest track. Is it the fastest track? Silverstone. In the UK. But there was one catch with this this particular race, and that's that there was no test day. And when you're about to go around a circuit for the very first time at 150 odd mile an hour and you're in qualifying, that's not ideal. So with there being no test day for the race, and obviously I've never been to Thruxton before, essentially we weren't actually going to go because obviously that's a fucking stupid idea. But then I came up with an idea, and I remembered that I've got this bad boy. And Thruxton is of course on iRacing, and yeah, me and my dad had a chat about it, and I said to him, I said, right, if I do enough practice on iRacing, on Thruxton or whatever, do you think then we could go and have a crack at it? Because obviously I want to do Thruxton, it sounds fucking sick. And he was like, yeah. And that is essentially what this video is about. I'm going to be testing if it is possible to go to a race with just sim practice and be competitive. Going from the sim straight into qualifying, nothing else. And obviously as I've already done that, and I'm currently sat in the sim about to show you what I did, I can tell you the results were absolutely shocking. And yeah, you're gonna have to wait and find out. So what I'm gonna do is show you what I did to prepare for this race, whilst unfortunately looking like Humpty Dumpty. And I will say my approach was slightly unorthodox. So first of all, of course, I opened iRacing, and yeah, that's probably the only normal thing that I did. From there then, I know what you're thinking, oh, we're just gonna have to watch him do some fucking test laps around Thruxton. No, that would have been Personally, I don't know about you, but if I'm just going around on my own in a test session, I start to lose my mind, and I didn't fancy doing that because I actually wanted to get the hours in. So what I did instead was probably I don't know if it was wise, and I will say that I was completely unsuccessful in the challenge that I set myself, so we're going to try and do that challenge today. So I went on to AI single player and went on to single race. So what I did, I made the race what the race was going to be in real life, which was 20 minutes. Your car, Ray, yeah. Tracks, Thruxton, yeah. I don't know what any of that fucking does, yeah. Time of day, couldn't give a f***. Weather, yeah, static. I don't know what 78 degrees Fahrenheit is. Hopefully it's warm. This is the part where things get a little bit interesting, and you could argue a bit stupid, but it is fun. Put it on a fixed skill range of, yeah, that's what I put it on. What I've done is I've put myself in 60th place at Thruxton Circuit to go and see if I can win it from the back. Here we go. It's a decent start. Oh, get absolutely
Car right, you're on the left, 3 wide.
yeah, whatever.
Car right,
That'll do.
2
We're through.
wide.
Turn 1 is basically flat. I didn't do it that time. In my defense, it's been a bit of a while. This corner's flat if you get it right. Didn't quite get it right that time, but that'll do. Now, this next corner genuinely might be the most terrifying corner in the country. Basically flat out, but it's not quite... It's flat out if you get it absolutely perfectly, but not on lap 1, as we can f***ing see.
Clear on the left. Car on your
Oh, fucked up. Oh my god. Okay, I've recovered.
left. Car on your left.
Okay. Yeah, that works. No. Oh my god. Oh, I f***ing killed him. Oh, shit, my PC's crashed. Why? No. Don't crash. Okay, it hasn't crashed. He definitely crashed. He's f***ing dead. But by the way, I'm only going to give myself 3 attempts at this because I ain't got all night.
2 seconds later.
Close to that 50 board is real life breaking. And we're off. Alright, that's I think that's probably the end of that attempt. Alright, attempt 2 then. Absolute brain rot. No! I've got damage, I'm going to restart. F*** off, will you? What the f***? God.
You're in the middle.
F*** off. Oh my god. Okay, attempt 2. Attempt 2.
5 cars left.
7 hours later.
Where are we currently then? Up to 22nd place. Nice. 5 minutes to go. Oh my gosh. Right. Flat. Cut the corner a bit. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's not lovely. Oh my god, that's not lovely at all. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Oh no, I crashed. Right, on to attempt 3. 3rd and final attempt.
Middle. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Right side. Clear.
Okay, 3rd and final attempt now. Should we just cut the
Car
corner?
right.
Can we do
You're
it?
on the left. 3 wide. Clear.
Okay, 3rd and final.
Car on your left. Stay on the right. Go right. Your car has too much damage. We've got to fix it. Cheers, Jeff.
3rd and final attempt. Okay, we've made it to the start line. That's something.
7 hours later.
8 minutes to go in 27. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so unfortunately, I ran out of storage on my PC on that final attempt. But to be fair, nothing else really interesting happened. I ended up finishing 19th. But to be fair, gained 41 places from 60th to 19th. And yeah, basically, that's how I practiced. That is how I practiced for the real life race. And just basically had loads of fun crashing into AIs. I've learnt the track, I've had a bit of racing experience, and I've had a laugh. And to me, that beats going around doing a test session on your own, any day of the week, still getting the same sort of experience, and also getting that sort of immersive like racing feeling. So getting an idea of what it's like to race the track as well, even if it is against the shittest AIs of all time. But that is enough from the sim. Now let me take you to what happened in the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Thruxton.
I was going to do like a big fancy edit here and it's going to be like a whole Thruxton montage, but the old Lenovo laptop is no longer going to cut it. So yeah, that's not going to happen. So this is your transition. Wow, would you look at that? In all seriousness, please subscribe. I need a new laptop. But that's enough begging for one video. We are now in the car on our way to qualifying. And first thing I'll say is it is way too fucking early to be qualifying. The current time of this recording was 10 to 9 AM. And in my opinion, when you're about to drive the fastest track in the country with absolutely zero real experience, that should be a fucking war crime. But if there's one thing that's going to wake me up, it's this. So let's give it a crack. So the first thing I did is in the pits, I waited for everyone else to go first because I knew I was going to be learning the circuit and I just wanted a bit of time to myself. But I'm not exaggerating when I say that within about 2 corners, I started to realise just how prepared I actually was. And I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it just felt like I'd been here before. But like, in a weird way, I'll explain what I mean. It felt like I hadn't been here for a long time. It almost felt like deja vu, even though I've never actually seen the place. But it's a weird feeling when you're going around a circuit that you've never been to, and it feels like you already have been. And it just goes to show how well the sim had prepared me before actually arriving to the circuit. But one thing the sim hadn't prepared me for was fucking this. And that was the very first time that I've ever driven down this massive off straight. And it was at this moment I became very grateful that qualifying was this early. Because if I had have had time to have breakfast, by now I would have been shitting it out. And we had survived the opening lap of qualifying, and by now I was already starting to feel comfortable around the lap. And with this being a 15-minute qualifying session, that gave me about another 10 minutes to actually get the practice in and really push to the limits before I had to start actually thinking about putting in a lap. And with just 12 minutes of real life practice around this circuit, this is the fastest lap that I did. doing a lap that I was actually very happy with considering the amount of time I'd had on the track, I now had to wait until I got all the way back to the pit lane to find out where I'd qualified. And when I got back to the pits and spoke to the boys, I found out that I had qualified in second place, just 1/10 off pole position, and we were going to be starting off the front row of the grid. And we are only behind one man, and literally one man. His name's Charlie Man, and that's this guy. Now, there were many great drivers on the grid this weekend, but Charlie had something that most of us didn't. Charlie had been here before. Now, a lot of drivers on the grid were in a very similar situation to me, which is that we hadn't driven the track for real, because it is very difficult to get onto Thruxton usually, particularly in a Formula Ford car. However, in Charlie's case, he had raced here in other cars before, and even was an instructor here at one point, so he had a fair chunk of experience of the circuit, and it wasn't completely new to him as he went out. And as you're about to see, that was the absolutely quality excuse that I gave to him.
Another man who's been here before, he couldn't be told.
And as you can probably tell, we're also pretty good friends too. But that didn't change the fact that I fucking desperately wanted to beat him. And that leads us on nicely to race 1, where it was gonna take a lot to try and beat Charlie here. But I was gonna give it a go, so here it is.
Green flag is waved, we get the all clear from the marshals, the 5-second board is held aloft. For the first of their 2 races here at Thruxton, and away they go. Decent start by Tom Nippers from the outside of the front row. Nippers, who's got the advantage over our pole sitter Charlie Mann, a newcomer to Formula Ford as we were hearing earlier on. They head up towards the complex for the first time. A couple of lockups in there, 1 or 2 cars running wide. Here are our leaders coming down to the chicane. Tom Nippers from Charlie Mann in second place, being shadowed by Felix Fisher.
So after an unusually good start from myself and just 15 minutes of practice around this circuit in real life, I have got the lead and I'm trying to get a bit of a gap. And I am doing it successfully as I open up about a 3 or 4 car length gap. And I'm doing my absolute best to try and break the toe here. But unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as that.
Charlie Mann separated by a quarter of a second at the line, and Charlie Mann did the fastest lap, 122.590. Car with the yellow nose there. Charlie Mann's going to try and make a move for the... He's never going to go around the outside of Church Corner. Which side's he going to go on the run into the complex? He'll try and make a move here, I think. Just under 3 seconds back in third place is Fisher. On the entry list for this weekend is Morgan Quinn, the Irishman. But never mind that, up the inside, Charlie Mann at Church Corner. Brilliant move. Takes the lead from Tom Nippers.
And just like that, Charlie had caught me and he's fucking mugged me off, to be honest with you. That is one hell of a move. But that was about to be the start of one of the best battles I've probably ever had.
Okay, 40-minute endurance race. As Tom Nippers makes another move coming up towards the chicane. He might get the move done before the chicane here up. Immediately moves to try and fight back, having been slipstreamed. It's all about these 2 up front. Charlie Mann looking to win the lead back from Tom Nippers. Can he pull off the same move that Nippers pulled on him a lap ago? Yes, he's done it. He's here, Formula Ford racing at its best here at Thruxton, as Nippers side by side with Mann again as they came through. Nippers just in front, Chinner, Hall and Liston. Mann goes to the outside, forced to go to the outside there by Tom Nippers as they came through. The slipstream though, moves to the left, which is between the 2 of them through there, so Mann retakes the lead once again.
So after an absolutely brilliant battle with Charlie, and as we go into the final lap of the race, it is Charlie who has currently got me covered. But it wasn't over yet.
In the air here, and Mann, is he going to do it for a 3rd time at the inside into Church? He's done it twice already. He pulls off the move again. It's fantastic from Charlie Mann, but is it going to be enough? Is Tom Nippers going to slipstream him on the run up?
And after another couple of moves on the last lap of the race, it all came down to the final corner where I was going to try whatever it took.
Woodham Hill, he's got to defend for his life now, Charlie Mann. Of the late breakers into the chicane. Is Tom Nippers going to lunge around the outside? They're absolutely side by side. They almost...
Well, I've completely fucked that. If I'm being brutally honest with you, that move was probably never on. Charlie very understandably wasn't giving away much space, and neither would I. And I pretty instantly took it on the chin and was just like, yeah, you know what? Fair play, lost fair and square. But we have taken defeat to Charlie, man, and that stings a little bit.
What a brilliant race from the heroes of Formula Ford 1600. Winning margin of less than 0.2 of a second, with Charlie Mann ahead of Tom Nippers after they swapped places on just about every lap.
Tom Nippers are going to come in. That's a right smile.
It was good. It was a tough race, to say the least. It was like the toe here is just brutal. I mean, he just couldn't stay ahead for 2 seconds, but Charlie deserved it. He drove really well. He fended me off brilliantly on the last lap and stuff. Just obviously a little bit gutted not to get it because it was so close, crossing the line. I don't know what it must be a couple of tenths of that. But yeah, no, he deserved it. He drove really well.
You were both in the lead about 5 times each.
Honestly, it could have gone either way. Charlie timed his moves well, particularly on the last lap. I didn't think I was going to come off. I'm not sure at the corner, the long looping right-hander with the enders. I didn't think I'd come off it as bad as I did. And then he just had an easy move into church. I tried it around the outside in the final corners. It just wasn't going to happen. But good race, good little laugh on it. But it's yeah, we'll have to have another go in the next one.
Fire in the belly for race 2.
100%. I want that back.
Well done, mate. Cheers, buddy.
Now, I'd love to tell you that I was okay with this result, but it really stunk. It went from all feeling like a little bit too good to be true, thinking I was about to win my first ever race at the circuit, to being absolutely mugged off on the final lap of the race. But what I said in my interview,
he's going to be a little bit angry in race number 2. We have to watch that again. Fire in the belly for race 2.
100%. I want that back. I want that back.
Ray GR20 of Charlie Mann, the Wild Thing on pole, head of the Black Van Diemen of Tom Nippers. And Tom Nippers, I'm sure, will be out for revenge in Heat 2. In our final race of the weekend here at the Thruxton Retro Super Funk Weekend, we're underway. Up towards the complex for the first time, a little bit of a lock up under braking. There is Tom Nippers behind him. As they head out of the complex for the first time, out towards the back of the circuit for the first time. Man from Nippers, but hanging on to them this time for the moment is Felix Fischer. Side by side for the lead, battle is joined already. Here comes Tom Nippers, here comes Felix Fischer, and here comes Rob Hall on the outside further back as well. Man could go down to 3rd place here. Nippers has taken the lead. Felix Fischer side by side with Charlie Mann. They're going to clip wheels. Ooh, that's very close.
And after an unbelievable opening lap, I had managed to take the lead, but more importantly, I had got Charlie down to 3rd for a second. And although it was for literally 1 corner, this gave me an opportunity to try and pull away. And the next couple of laps were going to be absolutely crucial. And after a couple of pretty fucking beautiful laps, if I do say so myself, I had opened up the gap that I needed, and I was gone. And throughout the race then, if I'm honest with you, I didn't get much camera time on the stream, and that was because I was just gently extending my gap the entire time. And in the end, we won the race by just over 3 seconds. Obviously gave it the fucking big and over the line in what was probably one of the best drives of my racing career. But going back to the point of the video, can you win a race at the fastest track in the UK with only sim practice? Well, I mean, yeah, kind of. The reason I say kind of is I've obviously driven the car before. It's not like I've just hopped straight from the sim, having never driven the car, and then got onto the fastest track in the UK. I obviously knew what I was doing. I just never been here specifically. But it just goes to show how much the sim is actually teaching you, to the point that I could arrive basically feeling like I knew the circuit without ever actually have been there before. And in the end, it all went pretty well.
Tom got there, P1.
Yeah, no, as I said, after the first interview, I was like, you know what, I really need to get out my back.